Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, we are continuing our ongoing coverage of the civil war taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia. And obviously, tensions continue to rise. We are now hearing reports that inside of the despotic state of Eritrea, mass conscription is starting to occur. Now, what makes this a bit interesting is that mass conscription already occurs inside of Eritrea, meaning every man and woman coming of age are required to join the Eritrean military. So, what and or who is now being conscripted into the Eritrean army in preparations for a possible renewed war against the Tigray region? Well, we don't know. Ultimately, it would probably be ex-service members that have been discharged from the Eritrean armed forces and are now being asked or being recalled to duty in preparation for further armed conflict. When fully mobilized, the Eritrean military can field anywhere from 250 to 300,000 personnel. So again, what that end state looks like right now in terms of additional conscription that is occurring, we just don't know at this point, but we do understand Eritrea is on a very, very high state of alert right now and continues to mobilize its forces for possible war against the Tigray region. Additionally, we also understand that there is conscription going on inside of the Tigray region as well, as the Tigrayan Defense Forces prepare for continued hostilities against the despotic regime of Eritrea, and at the same time looking for a possible fight against the Abiy loyalist forces in the south. Is this going to happen? Difficult to say, but the rhetoric is certainly ramping up out of Abiy loyalist media. They indicate that they are looking to bury the Tigray region, and the rhetoric coming out of the Abiy loyalist media is really incredible. It almost reminds me of, if you hearken back to the Rwandan genocide, in which national media was broadcasting cut down the tall trees. I don't know if anyone saw Hotel Rwanda, but definitely some of the rhetoric coming out of both the media of the Abiy loyalist government and even religious figures inside that are loyal to the Abiy loyalist government are making such statements against the Tigray region. So very, very disconcerting, considering that the Tigray region faces really an implacable foe to the south and a further really nefarious, insidious foe to the north in the regime of Eritrea, often described as more despotic even than North Korea. I'm not sure how you can get more despotic than that, but again, when you compare and contrast the way the two regimes operate, the Eritrean regime is on par with what we see inside of North Korea. And if you get a chance to look at some of the interviews about individuals escaping from North Korea, I highly suggest you watch it. It is an incredible society. Well, it's not really incredible. It's horrifying that a government can devolve into such a regime, the likes of North Korea and also what you see inside of Eritrea. There is no rule of law. It is what the dictator says. There are no attorneys. There is nothing of the sort. It is just the law is simply mandated by the dictator in charge of Eritrea, Isaias Afwerki. But we will continue to monitor the situation. There has been reports of fighting near the Tekezi River, and again, forces continue a massive buildup on either side. Now, the question is ultimately, is the ENDF or the Abiy loyalist forces in a position to renew conflict? Again, the Abiy loyalist forces really took a pounding during the last series of engagements, especially the counter invasion once the Tigray Defense Forces drove out both the Eritrean military and the Abiy loyalist forces the first time they launched that counter invasion, in which we saw them move down, seizing control of Kobo, Weldia, Mursa, Wachale, and then ultimately taking control of both Desse and Kombolcha, two very large cities inside of the Amhara region and the former state of Ethiopia. But will we see the same sort of aggressive operations by the TDF entering northern Amhara region? Again, difficult to say. We don't know in what direction the fighting may take place, but what we do know is both sides are preparing for something quite possibly very, very big. So we will continue to monitor. We have our ear very, very close to the ground. We are trying to find out as much information as we possibly can, and of course, as soon as we get it, we will produce more content. Again, thank you for joining us today. More to come very, very soon.